Hi everyone, welcome to Justin's Reads, and on today's episode we are talking about a book by Billy Joe Daugherty, and it's titled You Can Start Over. And surprisingly, it kind of had a different message from what I was thinking about when I picked the book, and it's more of a soul-winning book actually. So when you go through it, you find out that this man is actually encouraging people to come back to God in a way. But I had a totally different interpretation because I took it from a different perspective. When I saw the topic, what I had in mind is how I actually interpreted the book. So depending on how you interpret the book, this is how I took the book in a way. So he first spoke about the fact that God originated the starting over principles, and explain the fact that look at the days. Every day we talk about every day, every week, every month. So when a 24 hours is over, we're starting over again. That's a principle. You look at the seasons. People were complaining about how cold it was, but it started over. It's now hot. It was now autumn, and it's gonna start over. It's summer, and the seasons go on and on and on. So looking at life from a perspective, you realize that the principle of starting over is something that is already there. Despite the things that you might have gone through, despite the decision that you could have made, despite whatever could have happened to you, you can start over. And it's pretty interesting, the fact that people go through different difficulties, people go through pain in life. It's natural. It's part of life. It happens. People go through pain. It's part of life. It's the thing that you have to go through. But what happens with the thing that you go through? I was listening to someone yesterday, and he said, you know what? Pain is a part of life. It's what happens to you concerning that pain. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go through the pain, or are you gonna grow through the pain? He said, if you just go through it, you are wasting the pain. But you can start over. You can learn from the pain. And most of the time, it's about taking responsibility. You will find out that there are some things that you go through that didn't have anything to do with anyone. It's the decisions that you made. It's the choices that you made, that led you to the pain, or to the suffering, or to the situations, or to the circumstances that you had to go through, the pain that you had to go through. It was your own doing. It was the things that you made, the choices that you made. Because every day we are confronted with choices. We make decisions every day. We are confronted with situations every day that needs you to make choices, and sometimes you make bad choices, and we have to live through the consequences of the choices that you would have made. But he's saying you can still start over. He gave the example of the famous story in the Bible, the prodigal son. This young man had it made. He was born of a wealthy father who had a lot of possession, inheritance. So he said, instead of waiting until my father died, why can't I just get the inheritance now and enjoy it now? And the father was generous enough, being a loving father. He gave this man his inheritance, his portion of his wealth, instead of waiting until he died. And guess what happened? This man went away with the wealth, and he squandered in different ways until everything was gone. It was the choice that he made, until he didn't have anything to his name, And he remembered that, no, my father is still alive. He made another decision to start over again. He said, know what? I'm going back to my father. I know my father is a wealthy man. I know my father has this and that and this and that. He went back to his father's house, and guess what? His father embraced him. He welcomed him with both arms open. He kissed him. He gave him a new start. There was a new relationship. He didn't beat him over what had happened, the bad choices that he had made, but they started over again. So it goes, it can be applied to anyone. You can take a clue from that, you can take a cue from that and think, you know what, I don't care the bad decision that I could have made, I can still start over. The business that I started could have failed, but you can start over. The relationship, you could have gone into a relationship knowing very well that this is not gonna work, and you got hurt, you got burnt, you got this and that, but you don't have to stop there, or you could have gone into a relationship and you didn't know that this person is like this and is like that, and you got hurt in the process. And you're now thinking, is it worth it? Are relationship worth it? You end up with tags like men are trash, women are this, such a lot of things, because people have gone through different experiences. But you can really start over. You will find out that no, men are not the same, men are different, women are not the same, women are different. So you can start over. You can have a new relationship, you can have a new family, you can have a new company, you can have a new life. You can make up it's just a choice. Life is all about choice. You make that choice today that, you know what, it doesn't really matter what I did or what I went through, the pain that I went through. I'm gonna take lessons from what I've already gone through, and start over again. You can start over again. He said, just because you failed, it doesn't mean that it's over. It could have been a stepping stone. You could have stumbled because you stumbled, you went through it. You can actually learn. You now have a reason. You now have an idea of how to do it better, or how not to do it that way, because you've already gone through it already. And you can start over. You don't have to throw in the towel. Tell yourself that it doesn't matter what I did, what happened, I can start over. What are the lessons that you can actually draw from whatever you went through, the pain that you had to endure, the consequences that you had to bear? You can learn from there. You can take a cue from there and start over again. And it's all about taking responsibility. No one is gonna do it for you. He said you do it. Oh, he said renewing. The Bible talks about renewing your mind, right? God is not gonna renew the mind for you. You step out and renew your mind. You take the necessary step. You take the necessary resources that are available and renew your mind. So you don't have to be depressed because things didn't go your way. You can start over. There is an opportunity for you to start over. As long as you're still breathing, you can start over. It really doesn't matter, hey, how far you've gone. No, you can start over, And he said he spoke about the grace to start over. Remember that story again, If you make up your mind, there are always situations and circumstances that are ready to welcome you, to hold your hand to the next level, to the next decision, to the next choice. If you make that choice to start over. So it's up to you at the end of the day. Take responsibility to say that I'm not gonna die here. I'm not gonna camp here. I'm gonna start over and move on again. It's just a choice. So he ended up by saying you can start over today. So think about a situation or a circumstance that you went through and you thought, okay, I'm not gonna do this again. I'm not gonna go through this again. I'm not gonna make that choice again. I'm not gonna attempt this again. You can start over. That's what he is encouraging you. That's what he is telling you, that life is designed in such a way that despite what you've gone through, you can start over. There is a door, there is an opportunity for you to start over. Just make up your mind. You say, you know what, I'm gonna start over. This is what I'm going to do. And you find out that life is actually waiting for you to start over, or life is actually waiting for you to take that next step, for that next level that you desire. It doesn't matter what you have done. It doesn't matter the pain that you've gone through. You can start over. So that was the book, You Can Start Over, by Billy Joel. And thank you so much for watching, and for those that have subscribed, thank you so much, and see you again next